Hi, my name is Eva Kalvig, and I'm so excited to welcome you to Set Your Sales on Fire. Now, first of all, before we even dig into any kind of strategy and before I walk you through the 3 steps that you can take right now to set your sales on fire and get that money rolling in, I just wanted to give you like a really quick pep talk, because if you're here, then you're probably wondering what the fuck is wrong and why aren't the sales rolling in the first place? And I just want to have a conversation because I have so been there, and I've worked with so many clients that have been there too. And I just want to have a little chat before we dive into the strategy, because we both know that mindset is so key, and so is your energy. So before we actually start talking about the logistics, let's have a little talk about what's going on up in here. So first off, I want you to understand that you cannot be beating yourself up, because this shit is normal. Business is hard, and getting sales is not that easy. Everybody struggles with that sometimes, and everybody has those moments when sales are not coming in and we just don't understand why. We get really in our head, we're tired, our energy's off, we have shit happening in our personal life, and I really want you to understand that sometimes you need to take a step back. Okay, you need to take a break. You need to literally give yourself at least a day to recoup and just breathe. A lot of the time, entrepreneurs don't do that. And a lot of the time, we keep pushing ourselves and kicking ourselves and blaming ourselves. And that doesn't really work. And that's not going to get your sales moving. Okay, so before we dive into all the strategies and before I start telling you how you can get your sales back on point, let's just take a breath, okay? Because this is normal. And if you've been struggling to get the sales in the door, or if you've had really good sales and then all of a sudden something happens and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why am I not getting the sales in? I just want you to understand that this is normal. Okay, this is normal. This happens to everybody. No matter if you're a beginner or if you have a 6-figure business, this kind of stuff happens to all of us. So I just want you to be rest assured and like stay calm, because this is normal. It doesn't mean you're losing your business. It doesn't mean everything's crumbling and falling all around you. It just means that you need to make some shifts, maybe some changes. And sometimes it's just really tiny things that you need to shift in order for the sales to come right back in. Okay? So I just really need you to take a breath here and calm your shit down, because that's the most important thing if you want to have the sales coming back in. Now, number 2, I really want you to start thinking about whether what you are actually selling right now, if you're selling something, is something that you really want to sell, because that is essentially what we're going to be starting with in just a second. Because one of the biggest reasons why sales are not coming in is because, and I know this word is so overused, but just go with me here, it's because you are not fucking feeling it. You're not feeling aligned. Okay, it's just not the thing you want to sell right now. Even if you've sold it before and it's sold beautifully, and even if you've made a fuck ton of money with that one product, if you're not feeling it right now, it's not going to get the sales. Okay? Energy is so important. You can have the strategy down, you can have the pricing down, you can have your marketing down, you can have everything lined up, all your ducks in a row. But if you're not feeling what you're selling, the people are going to feel that. It's not going to get the sales. Okay, so I really just want you to have a think about right now as you're listening to me about your circumstances. Are you tired? Do you need a break? Do you just need to give yourself a couple of days? Have you been working and working and working your ass off for the last week or 2 weeks or a month nonstop? Have you been working weekends? Have you been really pushing yourself hard? Because that is also one of the reasons that a lot of entrepreneurs see the sales starting to trickle off. Because you're tired, girl, and you just fucking need a break. You're not giving yourself that self-care. You're preaching it to your clients, you're preaching it to everybody else, but you are not following your own advice. And I know, because I do that too, which is why I'm telling you right now, you need to take a step back. You need to take a break, because if people feel that kind of energy where you're showing up on Facebook Lives and you're just like, oh God, where is the coffee? People are going to feel that. And it's going to be hard to sell your shit. Even if you know it's really good shit, it's going to be hard to sell. So I really, really need you to take it to heart. It is so, so imperative that you take care of yourself before you take care of your business, because it is going to affect how your business performs. Okay? So let's slowly start diving into the strategy. But again, please remember, there's nothing wrong with you. Please remember that this is normal and it happens to everybody. It happens to all of us. It happens to the 6-figure business and 7-figure business owners. It happens to newbies, and it happens to people like me who have been in business for almost 6 years. We still get hung up, and we still have launches that don't go so well, and we still have sales that are not coming in as quickly as we like. And that is fine, okay? That is fine. The most important thing that you need to remember is take a breath, take a step back, and then look at what is happening, why they're not coming in, and what you can do to fix it, okay? Stop fixating on the fact that it's not happening. Take a breath and start fixating on the solution. And that's exactly what we're gonna do now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen with you, and I'm going to show you a little presentation that I've got ready for you right here. And I'm going to take you through your 3-step, and you can see me right here, your 3-step action plan to set your sales on fire. Okay, so this is going to be no fluff, no bullshit. We're going to just address the most common reasons why your sales have stalled and how to get them rolling in ASAP. Okay, so are you ready? You're going to take that breath. Once again, I am big on breathing. Breathing is so important when you're an entrepreneur. Okay, girl, let's get going. Let's get started. So we're going to get started with step number 1. Do you really want to be selling this? Now, this is important, and it's something you may not be asking yourself at first, but it's non-negotiable, just like I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, because a lot of the time, the #1 reason why your shit ain't selling is simply because you don't want to sell it. Okay, so you're not excited about it. You're forcing yourself to sell this program or this offer. You were told, maybe by a coach or by a friend, or maybe you were talking to your spouse or your partner, or maybe you didn't really have an idea of what to sell, and this was just kind of there, ready for you. Maybe you've sold it before and it performed really well, and you just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead. Maybe you see others doing it and having success with it, and you made yourself buy into the story that it's the only way that you can have success too, because everybody else is doing it. And even though you may not be feeling it, you just decided it's the easy way out, because deep down, you're not really sold on the idea. But, you know, you're just going to try because you're afraid to actually go ahead and do something that you really want to do, because it's scary. It's scary to try something differently. It's scary to do something differently versus everybody else. But people can feel that energy. And girl, have I been there. I have been there so many times. Like, I've sold things that I wasn't really sold on because I felt like, well, if I wanted to sell something that I actually wanted to sell and it's different than what everybody else is doing, like, how can I have success? Like, that is not even possible, right? Or, you know, maybe I didn't have an idea of what I wanted to sell and I felt really uninspired and I needed to take a break, but I didn't give myself that opportunity to take that break because hustle, because pushing, because goals, because all of that. And then I didn't get the sales I really wanted to because my energy wasn't behind the thing I wanted to sell. Okay? So this is so important to get really honest. And I don't want you to kind of like sit there and be like, well, I really don't want to hear the answer. Like, I know what it is, but I'm just really afraid to admit it. Just be honest with yourself. Just for this one moment in time, it's just me and you. Be honest. Like, do you want to sell this? Do you want to sell this offer? Okay? Because the rescue plan requires some honesty. I want you to ask yourself, what would be exciting to sell right now? What would you love to solve right now? What would be so exciting to teach your people that it literally sets your soul on fire? What's a fuck yes kind of offer? Now, those are the kinds of offers that make the most money. Those are the kind of offers that generate 5-figure launches. Those are the kinds of offers that bring in thousands of dollars a week, not a month, a week. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Now, why? Because when you get out there and you are so excited and you can't contain yourself and your energy is on point and you want to show up, you want to go live, you want to talk about it, you want to send emails, you want to create content talking about this offer, people feel that. They really do. And they share that excitement. They get excited, right? And it shows. The energy is completely different. And when the strategy that you employ together with the excitement and with the high vibe, and here, again, what I want to say is you don't have to be high vibe to make money. But if you are excited as fuck, you are going to make more sales, because when people see that kind of fuck yes, let's do this, I'm so excited, amazing offer, here's what you get, I cannot wait, and you actually cannot wait, and you're actually excited and you actually want to do it, that kind of energy is going to make you more cash. That's a fact. Okay. So think about what that would be. Like, what problem would you be solving for people? Super important. And we are going to get onto that a little bit later, because it's one of the biggest things that is going to sabotage your sales if you're not clear on that. But just for the purposes of this particular moment, get specific about the thing that you want to sell, right? So what problem are you solving? So what are you helping people do? What kind of result are you making possible with this fuck yes offer? So what are they going to get if they opt into this offer and put the work in? What kind of outcome are they going to get, right? Are they going to lose the baby weight without having to drop the wine and the carbs? Or like, are you going to help them attract more clients on social media so they can make more consistent cash? Like, what kind of stuff can they expect to happen that is like the desired result they really, really want, right? What are you going to teach them so they can get this result, right? So what kind of things are you going to take them through? Now, remember, you don't want to get very specific about your methods, because for the most part, people really care about the problem you're solving and then the solution that you're providing, the result that you're providing, right? The result is important. People really care about, okay, so she's going to help me solve this problem, and then she's going to help me get this result. Now, the method, so how you do that, it's important, but it doesn't play the lead role, okay? That's really important to remember. Then get into more details, like how long is it? How are you delivering it? Is it like a passive offer, or coaching program, or a one-to-one, or, you know, is it an ebook, or is it a recording, or, you know, is it a hybrid? So is there like one-to-one and group coaching, or is it short-term, is it long-term? So like start brainstorming what would feel really good, and how much do you want to charge for it? Like, what kind of price is like a fuck yes? And I want you to lead with your desire, right? So when you answer these questions, I want you to go with what feels really good and right for you this moment, right now. If nobody was mad at you, if you could just do whatever the fuck you wanted, what would you do? What would you sell? And do that, because that gets to make you a fuck ton of money, okay? Now, give yourself a day or two to get your energy back on track. And when you're ready, jump right into promoting your fuck yes offer. And remember, set a deadline. Okay, so give your people a set cart close date. This is so important. So they know there's a limited time to grab the offer, get in on the program. Okay, people need a reason to make moves right now. If you're just telling them it closes soon, or you're not telling them anything, they don't really have a reason to buy it right now, because it's like forever available. But if you're setting a deadline and telling them there's like a limited, you know, time to buy this, or like limited spots, they have a reason to move. And you don't want to be selling something forever. Like, you want to be moving on to the next thing, because like, why would you want to be selling something for 5 or 6 weeks or 4 weeks even? Like, it's a drag. Set a deadline, tell them there's a doors closed date, cart open, cart closed. It works. Tried and tested. Get them to make the moves. Get them in your program. Okay. Promote consistently. So important. Every day, at least once or twice a day for the duration of the promo period. People need to see your stuff. You want the most eyeballs on your offers. Don't be afraid, and we're going to get into more detail later in this training. I don't want you to be afraid to sell. I don't want you to be afraid to promote your stuff. I really, really need you to understand this. As a business, you need to get comfortable with selling. You have the right to sell. Unless somebody's paying your bills, unless somebody's giving you free money, you need to promote yourself as a business because that's what you do, okay? So I need you to make sure you're promoting it consistently. And I also need you to make sure that you're standing behind your offer, right? So even if you're getting crickets at first, don't you worry, because people buy at the end. Most people wait until the very end to pull the trigger. Think about how you buy, right? Like I'm one of those people who will wait until 11:58, if the deadline's 11:59, to actually pull the trigger. I am one of those people. I am like at the very end, okay? I need you to remember that, and I need you to stay strong and stand behind your offer and keep selling until the very, very end. Okay. Number 2, does your audience understand your offer? Now, this is so, so important. Are you absolutely clear on the problem you're solving for people and the results that you're making possible for them? Now, this is non-negotiable and one of the biggest reasons why people don't pull the trigger on your offers. They don't understand whether the offer that you're selling or the program that you're enrolling or the passive course that you're selling is solving the specific problems that they're dealing with, and you're not speaking to the results that they want so, so badly, okay? So if they cannot identify with the problems you're solving, so they can't say, oh, that's me, that's my problem, hello, that's like, I'm going through this right now. Like if they cannot identify with that, and they cannot get excited and connect with the results you're making possible. So like if you're not speaking to the results they want, like they really want to attract consistent clients on social media without having to chase them or get on sales calls or like drop into people's DMs, or like they really, really are dying at this time to like drop the baby weight, but they don't want to drop the wine on Fridays. They don't want to drop the ice cream. Like they want to have their favorite foods, but they really are sick and tired. They want to finally drop they want to go back to their pre-pregnancy weight, for example. Then they feel good in their clothes. Like they want to have sex with the lights on. Like they really just want to feel more attractive. They don't right now. And they want to connect with that result, right? They want to connect with that result. Or like they want to have better sex with their partner because the intimacy in their marriage is gone. Like it's just not the same after having kids, and they cannot seem to connect on, you know, a romantic level. And it's just, you know, and they really want to go back to date night, and they want to go back to making love on the regular, and they just want the spark back. And you have to get very specific about the results. Right? People connect to those results. In fact, when people actually buy things, they buy the result because they see themselves already getting that result. They see themselves attracting the clients, like the clients coming in. They see themselves in those jeans before they got pregnant. They see themselves having this wonderful sex with their husband on the regular, and like the spark back. Like they actually buy because they anticipate this amazing result. So if you're not speaking directly to that in your marketing, and if your offer is not making it very clear that it's going to make that result possible for them, you likely will not get the sales you desire. So this means you need to make both of these things very clear, right? So the offer needs to solve a specific problem or problems, and it needs to make a specific result or set of results possible, right? By solving the problem, they're going to get this result, okay? And then your marketing needs to very clearly communicate the above, right? In a way that your people can identify and connect with, okay? So the rescue plan, I want to start with your offer. So can you clearly identify the 3 key problems you're solving for your people with your offer or program or whatever you're selling? And then the 3 key outcomes, so the results, right? They're going to get when they opt in and do the work. So this is important as well. if they do the work, because nothing happens if you don't do the work. Just by downloading a program, like getting into a program, downloading an ebook, you know, like getting into a course doesn't do anything until you do the work. Okay. So for example, I'm helping women who struggle to grow their audience and get engagement. They don't have consistent clients coming in through social media, and they can't seem to establish a consistent monthly income. Now, once they take my program, they'll be able to get more visible, attract more ideal clients, and make more consistent sales every month, right? So I'm getting super clear. The problems I'm solving is I'm helping them grow their audience. You know, I'm helping them get more engagement. I'm helping them establish a more consistent flow of clients, and I'm helping them get to a level where they're at a more consistent income range, okay? Now, the results they're getting, they're more visible on social media, so they're attracting more of these ideal clients, and they're making more consistent sales every month, right? So more money is coming in at a consistent basis. That's the kind of thing we're looking for. You want to make sure that people really, really understand exactly what they're getting, the problems that you're solving, and what they're getting, like what kind of outcome they can count on if they put in the work, okay? Now, in your marketing, you also have to make sure that you're speaking to these things very clearly. So the top 3 problems your ideal client for this offer is struggling with need to be so clear in your posts, right? The top 3 desired results your ideal client for this offer is literally dying to have also need to be majorly clear in when you post, when you show up, when you go live. That stuff needs to be at the forefront. So you have to make sure you speak to these problems and these results when you talk about your offer, when you address your people in your social media posts, right? In your live videos. Like that's how you get your ideal clients to start paying attention. So for example, if I was selling a program where I'm talking to people who are not attracting ideal clients, I would be talking about things like, you know, you're not getting the clients in the door. Like, how is that making you feel in your daily life? Like, that's the kind of stuff I think about. If I was writing something on social media to get my clients to pay attention, the clients that I want in this offer, that I want in this course, in this coaching program, in this training and workshop, whatever I'd be selling, if my ideal client is a person that is not attracting steady income, not attracting steady clients, not visible, the first thing I think about is, well, how is that affecting her life? You know, how is it affecting her business? Well, she's clearly stressed because somebody who's not bringing in consistent income, definitely anxious about money, definitely stressed, definitely frustrated, definitely looking at other people who are bringing in consistent income and money on social media and bragging about it on social media and, you know, celebrating it on social media. And they're, you know, they're comparing it all the time. They're scrolling their feed. They're getting frustrated. They're getting pissed off. They don't know what they're doing wrong. And I'd be definitely addressing that in my posts and saying, hey, you, like, you're scrolling your feed, you're comparing yourself to women who are making it happen and you are not, you don't know what you're doing wrong. You've tried all the things. Nothing seems to be working. You're getting crickets. The money's not coming in. You're stressed out. You can't pay your bills. You're thinking about getting a job. Like, I'd be really, really addressing how these problems are affecting her life so that she raises her hand and says, hey, this is me. This is exactly what I'm doing. And I really, really need help. Okay? Because that's how your clients know. You get them to raise their hand, and that's how they know that you are actually solving this problem, because you're talking about it, you're addressing it, and they're now starting to pay attention to you because they can identify with that problem that you're talking about. They're like, whoa, this is me. Okay? And then I would address the results, because I'd be like, whoa, but like, would you like to have it a bit of a different way? Like, would you like to actually have these clients rolling in? Like, what would it feel like to post on social media and go live and do it in a way where your people actually come to you, where like you don't have to get on a million sales calls, where you get to create a post, go to sleep, wake up and have clients in your inbox? And it is not one of those things where like, like that's impossible. It is very possible. I do it in my business all the time. That's how I run my business. And all of the money I make in my business actually comes through social media posts and Facebook Lives and, you know, email marketing. So it's the only way that I make money. And it is very, very reasonable to expect that that is possible when you use the right strategies. So I would want to talk about that, and the people who want that, the people who are dying to have a business that works this way, are going to be like, fuck yes, show me where, I want in. When you use the right lingo, when you're very clear and direct, and when you present your offer as the solution, right? That's how they know you're promoting the offer they need, because it solves the problem they have when you speak to the actual issues, and it promises the result they're so badly wanting when you speak to the result. That's why it's so important to speak to these things in your marketing. When you speak to the problems they're having, they raise their hand and they're like, hello, that's me. Like, I'm struggling with this shit. Show me show me the way. And when you talk to speak to the result, right? They're like, okay, this is the result I want. Like, where do I go? And you're like, my offer is how we do this, because I will teach you, dun, 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 dun. I will teach you how to do this. I will teach you how to get through this to the other side. That's why you need to sell consistently, because when you sell your offer, you literally tell them, this is the solution. My offer is going to help you do exactly what you need to do in order to get the results you want. And obviously within integrity, because obviously your offer needs to work. You need to have done it yourself, right? And you need to have the proof. So like, if you haven't had clients before, which is possible, because sometimes if you're just starting, you may have not had clients before, then at least you must have done it yourself, right? You must have had the results yourself, because integrity is absolutely imperative. And if you have done this before, then you have testimonials. If you have clients who've done this before, or maybe friends who have done this before, right? Or people who have tested this, who can testify, like give you testimonials that yes, this works, it's amazing. That's why you need to talk to these things, speak to these things in your social media posts, in your live streams, in your emails, so that people understand that yes, you're the person that actually understands them. You're the person that gets it. You know exactly what they're going through. You know exactly how to help them, and you have the solution they need. Absolutely imperative. Make sure that you're speaking to this stuff very clearly in your marketing, so they can literally start paying attention and be like, I need to follow this girl because she's onto something. That's how 99% of my clients find me, and the other 1% get referred to me by the ones who have found me because of the way that I address things in my marketing. Okay? Now, number 3, super important. Are you selling consistently? Now, this is a biggie. Are you being consistent in your promo efforts? Are you selling every day? Are you adding calls to action to your posts? Are you going live to connect with your audience and selling on live video? This is important. So a lot of the time we think that it takes a lot less than it really does for people to see our sales posts on social media. A lot of the time we also worry that we're going to come off as annoying or spammy if we're selling all the time. But what does all the time actually mean? Okay, so let me give it to you straight. In order for a decent percentage of your social media audience to see your sales post, you need to show up and sell every single fucking day when you're promoting a program. Not even once a day, like multiple times a day, with a very clear, very in-your-face call to action for people to understand exactly what you're selling, when doors close, and where they can go to check out the details. And yes, that is the real deal. And no, you will not be spammy, because you're a business and businesses sell shit. Okay, so that's a reality. And if someone doesn't get it, they're not your ideal customer by any stretch. I was afraid to sell once too, but I got over it really quickly when I realized what consistent sales did for my bank account balance. Ka-ching. Okay, so moving right forward to the rescue plan, because this one is going to be a bit longer. So decide that you're going to drop this idea that what people think or how they judge you is more important than the kind of business you want to have and the kind of money you want to make. Okay? Stop making other people's opinions of you matter more than your desire to be successful, abundant, and taken care of. You're here for a reason. You have beautiful work to share, and you selling is you sharing that work with the world. Okay? So let's shift that belief right now. Sales equals service. So you're selling your amazing work and services in exchange for money because you're a business, and everybody wins in that scenario. So when somebody buys from you, they have more because now they have your support and your guidance and your work to help them in their transformation. Now, even if it's a passive product, because they still have you, your voice of wisdom, your thoughts, your strategies, your support is still there in a passive container, but still it's there. They have it for good. They can listen to it over and over again, read it over and over again. It is valuable as fuck. So please, please, please stop beating yourself up. You need to sell to make money. Okay? It's not spammy. It's not icky. Let's get over that. Every single business around the world sells. That's how the economy works. People spend money to buy shit. Please, let's just get that clear and out of the way right now. Selling is good. Making money is great. And you deserve to get paid a fuck ton of money for your amazing work. Okay? Now, logistics. So here's what I want you to try. I want you to sell every day for the duration of your promo period. Now, don't freak out. Hear me out. Do at least 2 sales posts a day on your favorite platform where you show up the most, right? So this could be your Facebook profile, your Facebook group, your Instagram. Now, I want to make sure that you pick one where you do 2 a day. Don't spread it across platforms. So it's like 1 on Facebook profile, 1 in a group. No. Pick the one where your audience hangs out, where you're hanging out the most, and do 2 posts on that platform. Okay. And I want you to tell your people what you're selling, what problem you're solving. So the things we talked about, what results you're making possible, what they get, when the doors close, and where they can get more info and where they can pay you. So whether you drop a link in the comments, and preferably that would be cool. So they can check out the sales page, or they can go directly to PayPal or wherever to pay you. I'm not a big fan of having people drop into my DMs, ask about the offer. You just want them to go check out the sales page and pay you, or the landing page. It can be super short and sweet. It doesn't have to be super long. Just send them somewhere else. You don't have to be DMs all the time. Having these long ass conversations, we want to make this easier for you. We want to make it easier for you. We just want people to go to the sales page and pay you, okay? I want you to make sure you include all the details we talked about. What problem you're solving, what results you're making possible, right? A snapshot of what they're getting, videos, coaching, access, whatever you're adding in, price, link to pay you, let's get you paid, okay? You could post morning and evening, afternoon and evening. It doesn't really matter as long as it's consistent and you're getting all the eyes on your offer. And I encourage you to create a graphic to go with your sales post so it draws more attention in, because people love images. Now, before you freak out and you're like, oh my God, this is so spammy, I'm never gonna survive this. You are gonna survive this. It's not spammy. Listen to me. 10%, if even that, people will see your posts on social media. Okay? Facebook, Instagram, not more. And if you have a low rate of engagement, maybe even less. So you may feel like if you post twice, the whole world is going to think you're spammy Sally. You're not, because they're not going to see it. Trust me. I have a pretty damn engaged profile on Facebook, pretty damn engaged Facebook group. I gotten up to hundreds of shares on my posts. Lots and lots of people are engaged in my content every single day. And I can tell you this, sales posts don't get a lot of engagement just because they don't, because people don't engage on sales posts. They're not engagement posts. They're posts where you're just giving people information this is what I'm selling. Hi. Not a lot of engagement. Trust. You need to sell quite often to get the eyes on your stuff. So aside from the fact that you're going to be showing up and posting other things, selling is also really, really important. I need you to sell twice a day. And trust me when I say it's not going to be spammy. It's not going to be horrible. You're not going to die. It's all going to be good. Trust Eva. Do the selling. Watch what happens. Okay? Now, sell on live video. Now, again, before you freak out, I want you to go live at least twice during your promo and talk about a topic that's relevant to the program you're selling. It could touch on the problem that your ideal client is having, or the results that they're so badly wanting that your program makes possible. I want you to sell in this video, okay? So I want you to mention that you're selling your offer at the beginning and at the end of the live stream. And it could be just a brief, like, before we get started, I want to remind you that I'm currently enrolling the program, and it's for you if you want to get the result, okay? Because the result is so important. And doors close on the date. So you only have a couple of days to get in. You don't want to miss it. That's it. That's it. Now, why at the beginning and at the end? Because most people will probably just watch the beginning of your live video. So like, you want to make sure that when they jump in, they actually have the beginning of they have the call to action at the beginning of the video. Now, you might want to say where they can find out more info. Actually, you have to say where they're going to find out more info about this program. So give them your URLs, or like, you know, the sales page, or drop a link in the comments. Tell them you're going to drop a link in the comments. They can click and check out the sales page. If you're set on having people DM you, then, you know, tell them to DM you. Tell them what to do. Tell them where to find out more info. Tell them where they can pay you for this amazing work. Okay, so don't forget that. So I really need you to remember that. Now, don't freak out about selling on a video. It's just a short little couple of sentences. Like, I just want to remind you before we get started, I'm enrolling this amazing program. If you are having trouble with X, then you might want to enroll in this because you will learn how to blah, blah. Very, very short, quick, 1, 2, 3, and you're moving forwards with your video. And at the end, before I hop off, I just want to remind you again that you have a couple of days to enroll. I don't want you to miss the chance. It's going to be amazing. If you are looking to get more clients through social media and you're done with struggling, you're done with crickets, I'm going to teach you how to do that. It's going to be an amazing 8-week live course. Bang, 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 done. Thank you very much. And it will massively, massively increase the amount of eyes on your sales, your sales pitch, because a lot more people are going to see it on a live video versus a post. Trust, really great way to boost your sales, and also to kind of get confident selling and get confident in talking about your offer without getting hives. Okay, so I hope this was helpful, because I do believe, yes, this is my last slide for you. Didn't want to make this overwhelming. Okay, now listen, these are just a couple of strategies that I know for a fact are the quickest sales boosters that you can use right now to get more money rolling in, right? So I want you to take a step back and see if maybe you're making a couple of the mistakes that I mentioned, where you can apply those quick fixes right now to get more sales rolling in, okay? Breath, no kicking yourself. Go through the presentation. You're going to have the link in your email. Go through the presentation, go through this training, see if you can apply these strategies, see if you see yourself in any of these little mistakes. A lot of entrepreneurs make them. They're so fixable. Sometimes we get so into our business and into our head, it's so hard to step outside and be like, holy shit, actually I'm not being clear on what problem I'm solving, or like not being clear on the results, or like, oh my God, I don't actually want to be selling this. I just went into it so quickly, I didn't have time to think about it. It's totally fine. It takes somebody else to take a look, or like tell, you know, how about this? Like, have you thought about this? To actually come in and be like, whoa, just take a step back, look, quick fix, and you can get the sales coming in. So I really, really want you to calm down, take a look at these things, apply the quick fixes, be consistent, do not be afraid to sell, get your energy and your confidence back, get out there and make that motherfucking money, girl, because I believe in you. And I think that it's just a matter of time before your sales are set on motherfucking fire. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. My name is Eva Kalvig. I am your no bullshit business coach. If you want more info about me and what I do, you can go to evakalvig.com. I hope that this is going to turn shit around for you really quickly, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.